working and you have this huge lump sum of money that just gets dropped into your bank account. You're kind of like, oh my gosh, me baller. But you're not. Hey you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I am Balisa. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and I'm so grateful to have you here. As you can see by the title of this video, in today's video I will be talking to you guys about the 21 things that I have learned in my 21 years of existence. So if you follow on my vlogs, you know that I recently turned 21, so I just felt like this was a proper video to kind of do, just to do some like self-reflection and also talk about the stuff that I've learned or like gathered through my 21 years on this green and blue earth. So if you're interested to know any of the stuff that I mentioned or like hear what I think, then please do continue on and watch this video. So today's a gloomy day and very cold. I had a whole other different like setup and idea for how I wanted to do this video, but the weather said no. And like honestly, I don't know if anyone is like me in the sense that the weather kind of dictates or like guides my mood and my vibes for the day. So this being a gloomy day, I didn't want to do what I had originally planned for this video. I actually just wanted to sit in bed the whole time, but you know, jobu guys. So I still had to have this video filmed for you guys, so I decided to do it in bed instead. Cute cozy vibes. I'm literally under a throw blanket and I'm about to have some rooibos tea. This might be surprising for some because like I am a coffee fanatic, but I'm trying to cut down on my coffee intake, so I made some rooibos instead. I have my rooibos black honey, so yeah, cheers. Grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a whatever and just chill and let's get to this video. Okay, so in no particular order, I'm just going to talk through stuff, and yeah, I've written down a few things and we'll just go through that, but it's not in any order or anything like that. So the first one is a saying that I heard from Jeannie Mai. Well, she's Jeannie Mai Jenkins now, but she would always say, like, I was a big fan of The Real, and she would always say, own it before they do. And I just think it's such a packed saying, or like something to say. It's a packed thing or like a loaded thing because it's so true. I think people always have ideas and interpretations of who they think that you are, and when you have stuff that you do or that you have done that you feel like you want to shy away from or you're embarrassed about, it ends up giving other people power over you because they know that they'll get a reaction from you if they talk about it, if they say it. So I say anything that you've done, good, bad, ugly, embarrassing, cringy, own it and talk about it before someone else feels like they have power over you to talk about you and like embarrass you over something. So own your stuff is basically what I'm saying. Own what you've done, own your journey, own your truth, and talk about stuff before someone else feels like they can overpower you and tell your story and tell your narrative and guide where or like direct where your story goes. Yeah, because I think narrative is very important, especially in a world that we live in now that's so fast, and like people take one look at you or one look at your Instagram or they hear one story about you and they feel like they know you or they feel like they've like drawn up many conclusions about you. So it's very important that you carry and you draw out and you control the narrative about yourself. So own yourself, own your stuff, own your experiences, own your actions before anyone else owns it for you. Okay, second one is don't be a rigid planner And this is something that I had to learn the hard way, because I am a very like type A person. Things have to be done in a certain order, in a certain way, at a certain time, or else I feel like things are just going to collapse and not work out. And I had to learn that when you make plans to guide yourself, to take yourself in a certain direction, but you shouldn't plan too rigidly. Otherwise, you don't have room for growth, you don't have room for um pivoting, you don't have room for creativity and like doing stuff on the spot. Like when you plan something too meticulously, you don't have that space to um think on your feet. And I feel like the things that are like curveballs that are thrown into your plans end up making your plans even better, because you think on your feet and it ends up being something super creative, and you feel like, dang, this is even way better than what I had planned. So when your plans aren't too rigid, it allows room for growth, it allows room for pivoting, and you'll find that things end up being way better. So yeah, and if you make plans that are too rigid, you will never move, because when you feel like, oh, this is now no longer the plan, then you'll start tossing things out when you could have just pivoted and still gone where you wanted to go, or done the stuff that you want to do, but you end up not doing anything at all, end up being stuck because you were too fixated on a plan being a certain way and things going a certain way. And this applies to anything in life, honestly. Just whatever you plan for, whatever you arrange for yourself, allow room for error, allow room for things going wrong, allow room for curveballs, allow room for delays. Yeah, never plan everything to a T, otherwise you'll find yourself very stuck and frustrated. Okay, in this world of a very social media saturated world with TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, it's very easy to compare yourself. And comparison is a thief of joy, guys. And I never really understood the gravity of that statement until I got older. And it's so true. Like, stay in your lane, focus on yourself, do you. Your season is gonna come. So, I mean, I know I'm sitting like on YouTube or even on TikTok, and you see people doing like moving vlogs or moving out on my own at the age of 19, and I'm like, nigga, I'm out here at 21, and I'm like, well, that's not me. And it's like, just stay in your lane, and as my brother would say, honor your progress. Like, just focus on yourself and what you're doing. Like, where you're going. It might not, the things that you're doing might not come to fruition right now, but your season is going to come, your time is going to come, your time to shine is going to come. And do not compare yourself to anyone else, because that experience is not the same. My experience is never going to be what your experience is, or the things that I have to go through, the things that I do, the way that I work, it'll never be like you. So it doesn't make sense to then compare what I'm doing, or compare where I'm at with where you're at. So just move at your own pace, and appreciate where you're at. And at some point, your season is gonna come, and you're gonna do great things. You're gonna be great, or great things are gonna happen to you and for you. And just have faith that that's gonna happen for you, and don't compare and bash other people out of jealousy when things aren't happening for you. So just, yeah, have faith that your time and your season is gonna come, and things change. Your turn's gonna come. Number 4, take up space. Take up space. Like, I have, so with the people that I'm close to, they would say I have like a very, I guess, big personality. Like, I'm very introverted, but when I'm comfortable around the people that I'm comfortable with, the ones that know that I'm like crazy and my personality can be big. But for the most part, I'm a very like introverted and timid person. And I realize now that there's so many opportunities that I could have had, or some things that I let slip away because of my timidness and like my fear of networking with people, that type of stuff. So definitely take up space and like know what you're bringing to a room, what you're bringing to the table, and have confidence in that, because like a shot that you don't take is 100% a fail. But if you take up space and you shoot your shots and you put yourself in situations and network with people, whether or not you end up succeeding from that or something comes out of that, at least you put yourself out there. And that is definitely not a fail. But if you don't take chances and you don't take up space and network and put yourself out there, and that's already 100% fail, because you didn't position yourself well to interact with certain people. So I know there's many things where, or many situations where I knew I could have added value to a certain thing, but because I was so timid and so reserved and so scared of saying the wrong thing, I never took that chance and I never put myself out there. So yeah, if you are that way, snap out of it. And it's going to be scary at first, but definitely do it, because it's going to benefit you very much so. Number 5, trust your gut and trust how you feel about people, like vibes, And I think the more you trust your gut, the more of a stronger individual you will be, like within yourself, because it's like your boundaries, and if you feel a certain way, then some certain things are no go, or like if you feel a certain way, then certain things are a go, if that makes sense. And I think the longer one ignores their gut feelings and that inner voice in you, it goes away and you end up being so lost and not knowing things and whatever. So trust your guts in everything. This isn't even just with people, just everything that you do, trust your guts. But yeah, I'm also talking about people as well. Trust your guts and trust the vibes that you get off of people, because abantu guys, shady, 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 shady. Number 6, I think I even spoke about this in one of my other like sit down kind of videos when I was talking about life after uni. But learn how to budget, learn how to manage your finances, learn financial literacy. I think the sooner you learn it, the better, because having to adapt and learn quickly, and you start gaining an income, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this money? And if you're coming from being a student to then working, and you have this huge lump sum of money that just gets dropped into your bank account, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, ni bola. But you're not. You're not. So if you're wanting to be at a certain place in life at a certain point, it's important to learn how to make your money work for you, regardless of how little or how much you are earning. Just learn financial literacy and learn how to make your money work for you, whether that's in the form of investment or putting it in savings, getting property, like whatever it is, however you think you can make your money work for you, or however you end up learning how to make your money work for you, the sooner you learn how, the better. Because I mean, nowadays everyone's chasing financial freedom. So the wise thing to do, and the wise thing to do to try and put yourself ahead of the curve, is to teach yourself that financial literacy very early, so that when you are earning the money, or if you already are earning the money, you know where to put it, how to use it, how to save it, how to invest it, so it ends up benefiting you 5, 10, 15 years down the line. Another one, I think we're on number 7 now. Another one is discipline triumphs over motivation anytime. Today is an example of that. I had a whole other plan set for this video. I had a whole other arrangement set for this video, but I just didn't feel motivated to do that because it's a cold day. I want to snuggle up in bed, yada, yada, yada. But discipline made me still sit and film, still sit and get this work done, because I know what I need to do and I made a commitment to film. So even though it no longer looks like what I had originally planned, I'm still doing it because I'm being disciplined enough with myself to make sure that I'm getting stuff done. So discipline will triumph over motivation all the time. If you're gonna rely on motivation to go work out, if you're trying to, because right now we're in winter in South Africa, if you're trying to get the December body, and you know that December bodies are made in the winter, and you tell yourself, I'm gonna work out this entire winter so that my body is banging for December when it's summer. Cool, great. And then you rely on motivation only. You're never gonna get that goal. You're never gonna reach that goal because you need to be disciplined in order to do that, because you're not always gonna want to work out. Waking up in winter in the morning is trash. No one wants to do that, but you need to be trying to get that body. Not even just with working out, general goals in life. You cannot ever rely on motivation, because motivation comes and goes, but the only thing that stays consistent is discipline. So discipline triumphs over motivation every time. Every time. Number 8, it is okay to be alone. And this is in every sense of the word, or every sense of the saying, whether this is in relationships, friendships, like however, like alone, however you want to interpret alone, that's what I mean. Like, it's okay to be alone or to take time off for yourself. I am a person who loves my tribe, and everyone that's in my inner circle is usually very up to par with the things that are happening in my life, because I talk about it and that's who I vent to. Those are people that I talk to. But it's so okay to be alone. In fact, it's something that I recommend. Like, by alone, I mean taking time for yourself. You know, stay in your room and journal alone, or go out and have a solo date. Just do stuff by yourself so that you are alone with your thoughts and you are alone with yourself, and you get to learn yourself. Because I think in this fast-paced world, like, it's so easy to be clouded by everything, not just the people that you know, but social media. Like, there's so much going on in the world and in social media. Everything's moving so fast, and it's so easy to lose sight of yourself and what you think. And like, in order to avoid not knowing yourself, and in order to avoid not knowing how you think and feel about things, it's very important that you take time alone for yourself and be very comfortable with yourself. Be your own friend. Have conversations with yourself, so you know yourself as an individual, and no one dictates that for you, and no one shapes that for you. You know yourself for yourself because you've put in that work and you spent that time in with yourself. I think it's called like shadow work or whatever, like where you really do a lot of self-introspection and like inside work, and you invest a lot in yourself and building yourself up as an individual on your own privately. And yeah, I think that's a very important thing, and that's actually what I'm working on right now. And I am seeing that, because it makes me feel like a stronger, more independent individual that knows themselves. And I know certain things for me, I'm like, no, I don't like that. And that's that. It's like, no one can tell me otherwise. Like, for me, it's not my vibe. That's my boundary. That's that. And I'm comfortable and confident enough to vocalize that and say that and draw that boundary, and that's that, because I'm putting in that work for myself and like getting to learn myself. Whereas if you don't know yourself and you're not taking time to know yourself, you're gonna be swayed all the time. You're just gonna go with the flow, and that makes you a very dodgy person, in my opinion. A person that doesn't know themselves ends up being very dodgy, because they can be influenced by anyone to do and say anything, you know. So yeah, it's important to know yourself and take time for yourself. So being alone is great. Do that. I promise you'll see the benefits of it. Number 9, nobody cares, Sway. Nobody cares. Embrace yourself. Embrace all your insecurities, everything that worries you. Like, right now, I'm like, okay, the thing about nobody cares is just in a general sense, like just do you, because the world is moving fast. Nobody really cares like that. Even if something does happen, people will hold on to that for a while, but then the next thing is gonna come, and then nobody cares about whatever it was about you. You know, people move on. But what I'm talking about, so that's in the general sense. But right now, what I'm um gonna delve deeper into is like nobody cares that much about your insecurities. Sometimes insecurities are literally just a you thing. It's in your mind. Nobody else sees it. Like looking back, so for me, I think I've even like spoken about this in one of my earlier videos, but like I've always had, you know, certain insecurities about my body, about my weight. So sometimes I dress a certain way to hide certain areas, or like not do certain things because I was insecure about how my body would look doing it, all that stuff. Bro, nobody cares. And looking back, like I wish I had done certain things or worn certain things. Like right now I'm so into crop tops. I would have never worn crop tops like 5 years ago. You mm, five when was 5 years ago? Yes, I would never have worn crop tops 5 years ago. Or like very body shaping clothes 5 years ago. And I should have. And I think I'm doing it now because I didn't. But like, bro, like literally nobody cares. Your insecurity is usually just on you, and nobody sees it. And then when you start mentioning it or doing certain things, that's when people start seeing it. But like honestly, put your insecurities aside and just do you, and love yourself where you're at right now. And yeah, just embrace that. You know, no one's really looking at anything that deep most of the time, you know. um uh I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. But moral of the story, just embrace yourself and your body and all the insecurities that you have. Put yourself in a position where you are challenging yourself to go against what the insecurity is. If you're insecure about your stomach, wear a damn crop top. Put yourself out there. If you're insecure about your skin, make YouTube videos without makeup on, which I do most of the time on my vlogs. Make YouTube videos without your makeup on, and literally it's like whatever at some point, you know. Um, I love myself as I am right now. I'm content with myself as I am right now, but I'm also working on myself to be better. Nobody cares.
Like, no one cares.
But your insecurities, only you. They are only as big as you make them. Number 10, be grateful but never content. And this is very true, because we live in a go world where it's always like on to the next thing. Hustle culture, you know, it's like always on to the next thing. We get this, or we're like so hungry chasing stuff that we don't take notes of where we are or how far we've come. So be grateful for the now, be grateful for where you're at, be grateful and appreciative of the things that you've achieved, but never become complacent as well. Always strive to progress, always strive to be better, always strive to be better than you were yesterday, you know. And by progression, it's not like be better than the next person. Be better than yourself. You need to better yourself. You need to outshine yourself from 2 days ago. You need to, that's your competition. Be your own competition. So be grateful and content and happy about where you are right now, but always strive to better yourself and learn something new, do something new, put yourself out there. Because yeah, it never hurts, and it will only benefit you if you do that, and if that's the outlook that you have on life and on things that you do in general. Then the next one is practice gratitude, and I think this piggybacks off of the last one that I said. But practice gratitude. I think when you are, especially like early in the morning, like when you wake up, don't just get out of bed and start jumping straight into your routine. Like slow down and really think about what you're grateful for, and I think it really frames and shapes your outlook on the day and your energy that you're gonna put out to the world during the day. um yeah, so just practice gratitude and be aware of all the stuff that's happening around you that might be very minuscule but makes a difference, that you're grateful for. Like, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, dang, I'm still alive, thank you Jesus. Because you could have died in your sleep. Not to be like deep or like depressing, but you could have died in your sleep. That could have been the end of it, but like you woke up and you have a new chance to do something, in that day, and better yourself in that day. So that's just an example of what to be grateful for. Like, yo, this might be TMI, but I was constipated for like a whole 2 weeks, fam. And when I was finally able to relieve myself, I was like, dang, I'm so grateful I was able to like do what needed to be done. So they could be the most minuscule things, or even like bigger things, but just always be grateful and like mindful of what's happening around you and be thankful for that. Yeah, because that will only shape a more positive person out of you, and also shape a positive outlook that you'll have in the day. And have grace with yourself. Speak positively to yourself. Like, this is coming from someone who's a self-critic. I used to bash myself so much, and I'm still working on that. But like, words have so much power. The tongue has so much power, it's insane. And not only just what you say outward towards the world, but also to yourself. And like, it shapes so much of how you feel about yourself and how you react to yourself and what you think about yourself. So it's very important to be kind and be graceful with yourself, be very forgiving with yourself, and just talk yourself up, bro. Like, I think anyone could give you love and compliments and all the nice things, but you won't really appreciate it or receive it well or believe in it if you yourself don't see yourself in that way. So in order to receive and appreciate love, in order to receive and appreciate support, and to receive and appreciate um compliments, do it for yourself as well. So like, that's the most important. How you think and how you feel about yourself is the most important thing, and then everyone else follows second to that. you know um yeah, just be very kind to yourself. Like, just imagine yourself as like someone that you care about a lot, like your best friend or like a younger sibling, and talk to yourself how you would talk to someone, to that person. Like, I wouldn't let a stranger or like somebody talk about my friends a certain way. I'd be there just like defending my friends. So same way, don't talk to yourself in a demeaning way. Be very kind and positive and graceful with yourself. You're only human. You're doing your best. Number 13, people are always talking, watching, judging, and whatever. So it's very important that when you do stuff and when you make decisions, you're doing it for yourself and for your benefits. As long as you're not intentionally harming anyone, do you? Because people are always going to have something to say. People are always going to have a comment about stuff, or like judgments towards you, negativity. So don't make decisions based on that, like with the fear of, oh my gosh, what is so and so gonna say. Like, make decisions for yourself and for the benefits of yourself and your future and where you're wanting to go in life. And yeah, as long as you're not hurting anybody in the process, or at least not intentionally hurting anybody in the process, do you? Because people are always going to talk, people are always going to have their 2 cents to offer. So just do you, make your own choices, and make sure that you're happy with the decisions that you make. Everyone else is going to have to learn to be comfortable with whatever you end up doing with yourself, with your life, whatever. Number 14. We're getting to the end of this, guys. We're getting to the end. I hope not rambling too much. But yeah, number 14, slow down and be present. That is, again, we live in a very fast-paced world where things are happening so much around us, and we never really take the time to really be in the moment and very present and just soak in everything. Before you know it, you'll be like 31 and you'll realize that you should have been more present in certain things that you weren't, because you were too absorbed in something else and you didn't get to appreciate certain moments and certain people and whatever. So just slow down wherever you are, like slow down and be present whatever that's happening. Even like the bad stuff, honestly, just be present and be very aware of where you're at, how you're feeling in that moment, how everything smells, how everything looks, the people that you were with, how those people made you feel, how you think you made those people feel. Like, just be very present and intentional with your time and how you spend your time and who you spend your time with as well. It's very important. But yeah, like even like sometimes with me and the vlogs, like there's certain things that I end up not getting because I was prioritizing being present and being very intentional with being present. So it's very important to just be in the moment and enjoy that and enjoy the people that you're with, because like in this world that we live in, someone could be here today and gone tomorrow. COVID was a testament to that, honestly. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. So anytime you're with people that pour into you, really be present for that, and make sure that you're pouring out into them as well. Anytime you're like, I don't know, just anything that makes you feel good, any moment, be present for it. Also the bad stuff, be present in that and go through it, you know. Because yeah, on the flip side, people, like when you're going through something bad and negative, people wanna neglect that and not feel the pain and not feel whatever that negativity is, and then you get people turning to drugs, you get people turning to all of these different outlets. But like the only way to go through something bad is to go through it. So be present and go through it, and like just have faith and like the understanding that seasons change and it's not always going to be bad. There's going to be a light after all of that negativity and darkness that you might be going through. So be present for it as well, because once you're on the other side of it, you'll be looking back like, dang, I did that. I was able to weather that storm. Number 15, find a hobby and a outlet. Again, people end up turning to things and substances for an outlet. Find a great hobby to spend your free time on, or like blow off some steam if you have steam to blow off. I think it's very important to have something that takes your mind off of things. Because I don't know, I feel like the 21-year-olds of today have a lot going on. I mean, 21 in general, like this is the moment where, or the time where you're making all of these decisions for your life and figuring all of these things out, and it's a lot of pressure and it's a lot to be going through. So have an outlet, a creative outlet, a hobby, be it a sport, be it a game, be it, I don't know, a craft, whatever you think you can, spend your free time on or use as an outlet that is also beneficial, definitely do that. I want to find a hobby that makes me money, so I need to like sit down and think about that. I don't know what that's gonna be, because I like ice skating, but I don't know if I can make money from ice skating. Yeah, I need to think on that. I'd love to have a hobby that makes me money. We'll think on it. Number 16, which I think is one of the most important ones that I'm going to speak about today. Find and build a genuine and like quality group of friends. I think quality, I think quantity is not important, but quality is. The quality of friends that you have, it has like such a huge impact on yourself, on your drive to do things, where you're trying to go. Like, you need to have friends that are like-minded, that are going to push you, that are going to hold you accountable, that are going to support you, that are going to hold you up when you can't hold yourself up. Like, you need, I cannot emphasize this enough. An inner circle that is just filled with quality people, and genuine people that are going to pour into you. I think it's such a common thing nowadays that um, people are trying to make friends or like have relationships with people that are going to get them to a certain point. Like, people are using each other nowadays, and nothing is genuine, and it's all about, what can you give me, what can you get me, what are you bringing to the table. Like, it's that type of thing. But form relationships and friendships that are based on deeper values and like-mindedness, or like values, people that are trying to go where you're trying to go, people that are going to cheer for you even when they're going through bad stuff, people are going to have your back, just quality people. It's very important. Then you can have acquaintances or people that you network with that are like business partners or like business associates or whatever, but have friends that are going to ground you, and friends that are just quality people that will pour into you, because I think it's very important to have a tribe of your own. So yeah, get you some quality friends is what I'm trying to say. Number 17 is to be open-minded. um at the age of 21, I think being close-minded on certain things, or very narrow-minded and tunnel-visioned, is not the best approach, because like, we're still young. I think we should be open to stuff and the world and what the world has to offer, different people have to offer, listen to everything, absorb everything, see everything. And once that all of that has happened, then you can kind of narrow your mind, I guess. But I think it's very good to be open-minded and be open to the complexities that people have to offer and this world has to offer as well. Number 18, it's okay to not have everything figured out, as long as you have a general direction of where you're trying to go. I think there's so much pressure to have all the answers right now, to know where you're going, to know what you're going to be doing, to know what you're going to be doing in 5 years. Like, it's we need to learn to alleviate that pressure and be okay with just saying, hey, I'm figuring it out. I don't know. I don't have it figured out, but I don't have it figured out, but I'm going to figure it out. Well, not where, I'm 21. If you're watching this and you are my age or whatever, like, it's not that, it's important to know where you're going, but allow yourself to go through the motions of figuring everything out. Like, you don't need to have all the answers right now. Like, not so long ago, we were in high school, and then we were in like university, and then now you kind of have to figure out how to be an adult. Like, it's gonna take some time for you to find your feet, and no one has anything figured out right off the bat, and that's okay. So no one should feel the pressure to have all the answers. Just at least have a direction and know where you're trying to go. Number 19, child, I was raised well. I was raised well. So the next one is to be kind and respectful to others. This goes a long way, and it makes people feel good when you do that. And I think it's very important to leave a good impression with people. And a good way to do this is to be kind and respectful to others, regardless of where they are, or whether or not you think they'll serve you or get you further in life. Whatever it is, just make sure that you are kind and respectful to everybody across the board. Prioritize peace. This is number 20. Prioritize your peace and prioritize the things that bring you peace and the people that bring you peace. Life is short, guys, and you cannot be out here stressing about about people, or like being around people that cause stress and bad vibes and everything. Like, you just want to be around people or do things that bring you peace and happiness. So prioritize that and make choices that give you that. You know, we can't be out here stressing, and life is short. Life is short, so spend it by all means as happy as you can be, and do the things that will give you the most peace as possible. And lastly, number 21, be aware of your decisions. Um, Being 21 now, I realize that I'm an adult. So every decision that I make has implications, big or small, but they do have a direct impact on my life. So every decision that I need to make sure is a proper decision, and I need to make sure it takes me where I want to go in life. So make proper decisions and be aware of the types of decisions that you're making. Don't make decisions on a limb. Really think and process through everything that you are doing, because as an adult that has implications now. You can't just make decisions and have your parents clean it up. Like, it's all on you now. So make sure that you're making the right choices for yourself and making choices that will benefit you and bring positivity and all of that good stuff. Don't make decisions that will end up putting you in a tight position and put you in a pinch and put you in danger and things like that. Like, be very responsible and aware of the decisions that you are making for yourself, how they will impact you and how they will impact others as well. You don't want to hurt anyone in the process of your decision making. So that's something to think about and be aware of. But yes, you guys, this is the end of the video. I hope that I have brought some value to you and made you think deeper, or have taught you something in this video. If there's anything that you would like to add, please do mention that in the comments. Anything that you've learned or anything that you took away from this video, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. And yeah, thank you so much for being here and making it this far in the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.